So, I want to talk to you out there. Specifically, those of you who are over 45, let's say between the ages of 45, no, let's just say over 45, who have decided to embark on that higher education journey. How are you doing with your journey? What motivated you to go back to school after so many years? And if you had life breaks because of adulting and everything else, and then you had to make that decision of whether to go back or not to go back, what was your decision? What were those things that either prevented you from going back or motivated you to go back? I am 52. I started my college journey in 1998 or 1999. Now, I will throw out a little disclaimer. I hate math, right? I have a math phobia. So anything above, the basics like budgeting, you know what I mean. So when it comes to algebra and above, no mas. So I started at Essex Community College, which is now Community College of Baltimore County, and I started with mental health. I started on that path because I wanted to understand people. But I quickly grew tired of going of all the psychology classes, because it was like you got Pavlov, you got Freud, and all these psychologists and all this. And in my head, they were saying the same thing different ways, and it just was too much for me. So then I got a little adventurous and switched that major to business management. And when I took that first accounting class, I was like, it is a wrap. No, ding ding. So I wasted a lot of valuable time and resources in that beginning journey. Then let me see, what year was it? Let's just say about 2010, maybe 2011. I started at University of Maryland, University College, which is now University of Maryland Global Campus. And there I started, well, let me back up. The reason why I decided to go back to school at that time is because I started my degree. I wanted to finish my degree. I have children, and I wanted to be a motivator and a role model for them to go to school. Now, when I started going to University of Maryland University College, again, which is now University of Maryland Global Campus, I started with Homeland Security. Why did I do that? Don't know. It's just something that I felt I was interested in, because I'm in the National Guard, so I put all of that together. Now, I got married for the third time, and the toxicity of that marriage made me stop going to school. So I stopped going to school around, I went about 2010, 11-ish, stopped going around 2012. And I just couldn't do it. I had to stop because it was interfering. That marriage was really interfering with my goal of completing college. So I stopped for a couple years. Then I want to say Is it 2021? Maybe 2021, 2020, 2021, around that time. I decided to go back to school, and I switched my major to graphic communications. And I said, I'm going to do this. And I said to people, as long as I don't take a break, I am going to complete this journey. So I looked at my, and mind you, I was on academic probation because of those classes that I messed up during that marriage. Now, I said I'm going to put my head down and run right through it. And I said, if I take a break, I'm not going to do it. So I made that decision to run through it. Now, I think at that time I needed 20, 30 credits, something like that. Let me see, no. When I decided to go back, I had like 86 credits. And it seemed like it was going to take a while to complete that journey. But then I was going through. Then I had to take a damn math class. Oh my goodness. So it was either algebra or it was this math class that had all types of math in it. And when I tell you anxiety set in, let me tell you. And I was so paranoid that I was not going to make it through that class. I tried to bribe people. I tried to pay people off. I tried to pull up a short leg, just being funny. But yeah, I tried. People was like, oh, you got it. And when I asked people for help, they was like, oh, I haven't done math for so long, I don't remember how to do that. Now, mind you, all of these people had told me, if you need help, just let me know. I got you. They ain't had me. So, I actually made it through the class. And I think I made it through the class with a B. I was shocked. I was happy. I was proud of myself because I made it through that. And then comes this year. I started out 2025 looking at like 9 credits or something like that. And then, no, it was 6 credits. Yeah, it was 6 credits. And next thing you know, I get an email that says pretty much that I gotta prepare for graduation. And that feeling right there was everything to me. It was everything. So then I get through those classes. I get to that point and I graduated. And I cried when I walked out of that thing from taking my pictures and all of that stuff. I cried because I never thought that I was going to do it. Not that I couldn't do it. I just didn't think I was going to do it. And I thought of the long path and the long journey that it took me to get there. So I don't know about you out there who are in the same age range, who have gone through that and went through those emotions and beating yourself up because you're at this age and you're going to school when half the people in your class is like half your age. Like they're like the age of your children, and dealing with that. And even my youngest son, when I graduated, he was in his sophomore year of college. So yeah, I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I decided to go for my damn master's. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to compare getting my bachelor's degree and jumping right into my master's to after I took my first cruise, I was ready to jump into another one. I don't want to do it. I am really rethinking my entire life right now at this point. In 2 weeks, I will be finished my second class of my master's degree. Mind you, I just graduated from my bachelor's in May. And I wanted to keep the momentum going. Now, for me, at 52, I am asking myself, do I really want to embark on this journey? Now, I neglected to say that my master's is going to be in strategic communications. And then I'm asking myself, what am I going to do? Strategic communications is along the lines of like public relations and, along those lines. And I feel like I just need a break. That's how I feel mentally. That I need a break. But I just want to keep going. I don't want to stop for whatever reason. So I say all that to ask, for those of you out there who are pursuing your higher education, whether it's your bachelor's, whether it's your master's, your PhD, whatever you're pursuing, what is motivating you? What motivated you? What is keeping you on course? Is anyone out there who started and just stopped and said, I don't need it, or I don't want it, or I just don't have the bandwidth for it? What is that point that determines if you keep going or stop? That's what I want to know from you out there. Because I am mentally at the age where I just want to chill out and focus on the degree that I already have so I can get some other things going. But let me know in the comments and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.